Hello everyone, my name is Dycart and this is episode 1 of my Rezrog Let's Play. Rezrog is a relatively new game. I just purchased it on Steam not too long ago. Sopog Game Studios, and it's on version 1.0.3 right now. There have been some bugs in the game, so it had a pretty rough launch, but the devs have been pretty good about releasing patches. They've released 3 already, and I want to say those 3 came within the first week and a half, 2 weeks of launch. So it's been pretty good. They've done a good job of fixing some bugs. So the game's become more and more enjoyable as that has happened. So anyway, let's jump right in. It's kind of a roguelike game, but it's unique. As you can see here, the art style is just awesome. It's like I don't know, like a board game, like a D&D or something like that on a tabletop. Just gorgeous art style. But you see here I have 7 classes. There's the Summoner, the Warrior, the Rogue, Warlock, Paladin, Archer, and Mage. Now I can rename them if I want to, or I can just leave them normal. And on each one they have their stats. It shows here, like the Mage, her int goes up 2. For the Archer, her agility goes up 2, meaning that's her main stat. Int is the Mage's main stat. For the Paladin, endurance is her main stat. The Warlock, his main are int and endurance. Rogue would be strength, agility, and luck. Warrior is strength, and Summoner is int and agility. So it's pretty cool. You have inventory. Everybody's got an inventory. Of course, I just disbanded my old party and started a new run. So nobody's got anything yet, but this is the inventory screen. Everybody starts with Scroll of Return, which lets you get to the exit of a dungeon if you've completed all the requirements to complete the dungeon. So you have regular inventory and you have gem inventory, hit points, mana points, pretty standard on gear. This would be my experience bar. I'm only level 1. Strength, int, agility, endurance, luck. It all does basically what you think it does. They all affect the things. It's pretty standard setup. Resist and all that. So everything's pretty standard about that, which is cool and familiar and comfortable. And then you have a bunch of skills and all these different categories: water, fire, air, earth. I think this is arcane, and then just a no category, like no element. And people learn different classes, learn different skills. You can cycle through them over here, but of course nobody knows anything yet. And you can also transfer skills from one person to another. So if I learn a skill on my warrior that I really like and I decide I want to use it on my paladin, I can unequip it from the warrior and then equip it on the paladin and use it there. And the skills level up as you use them. It's pretty cool. You have to repair damage to your gear, something that I forget a lot and end up in the dungeon and not able to do something because my stuff's destroyed or something. And then there's like a shared stash, so you can trade items between people. You can buy just like a shared bank space or shared gem space. And eventually there'll be a tavern keeper too. But all right, so for this Let's Play, I'm thinking what I might do is try to utilize 2 separate characters. The way this game works is you go into a dungeon and you fight in that dungeon, and if you're defeated in the dungeon, then you get imprisoned in that dungeon, in that level of dungeon. And then you have to have one of your other characters fight their way down and unlock the door and let you out and free you from prison to get you back. So it's interesting. It's really cool. But that does mean that if you stick with just one class and fight with him, if he gets imprisoned and he's like level 10 and gets imprisoned, then everyone else is level 1. It's going to take you a long time to get somebody leveled up high enough to go save them. So I'm thinking I might try 2. I might end up extending that to 3 later. I'm not sure, but the 2 classes I think I want to use for this, I'm thinking I'm going to do Warrior and Archer. I think those will be the ones I'm using the most. So let's go ahead and just dive right in with our warrior. Alright, so we'll head over here. And this first dungeon basically operates as a tutorial. So we'll go in here. Rescue the prisoners. You must rescue all prisoners to proceed to the next dungeon level. So to complete this dungeon level and advance to the next one, I have to rescue prisoners. And then every time you enter a new dungeon level, this random thing. So, oh, great. Monsters are 10% stronger. Ugh. But sometimes you get, here you can see experience gained is increased. Potions and consumables are more potent. So it could be good, positive, or negative. You never know. All right. So first of all, look at that art style. The way he moves. That's so cool. I just love this. This is a gorgeous game. But I can scroll out. And you can see that it's taken place on a tabletop, right? There's the dice and there's a soda can. It's just so cool. If I look at the map, this is the orientation. The stairs are facing north. So what I'm going to do is use my arrow keys and turn the screen a little bit so that it's oriented the same way. That'll make it easier for me to find my way around. Although this is a small dungeon and I've done it a few times, so I kind of don't need that, but check this and get me a sword and a shield. So let's see what we got here. Crooked wooden sword, only 1 to 2 damage, and it gives me agility, which helps with my like dodge rating, but doesn't help my attack. And the warrior is mainly about attack damage. So I want to try to replace this as soon as I can with something that gives me strength or maybe even endurance for hit points. And then a flimsy shield, again, it only gives me int. So I want something that's going to give me strength, endurance, even luck would be good, because luck's going to help me get more better quality loot and more gold. So I'm going to want to replace these as soon as I can, but that's kind of the free ones that you get in the first dungeon. All right, so I just love that, like the way that the next level just falls in. Watch this. That's just cool. Very cool. All right, so I want to go kill this guy, and since the warrior's got no range, so I just got to run up and hit him. Oh, I almost one-shotted him. All right, I'm just going to hit him again. Got him. All right, so that gave me some experience, but it did hurt me, and I don't heal naturally. So if I want health, I need to either eat food or use a potion, and there it gives me some potion. Okay, I'm not gonna do it yet, but something I got to think about. With a melee character, it's better to try to attack. If you see this little notch right here on mine, that means I'm facing south right here. And so I'm most vulnerable behind. So if somebody attacks me from behind or from either side, I'm vulnerable. Behind being the most, the side being better than the front, and then the front being just like a normal standard attack, and there's no bonus. But because I'm a melee, I want to try to attack everything I can from the back or the side. So I want to try to flank as much as I can. All right, let's look at this. Oh, there's a teacup. I love that. All right, so this little thing is going to give me a skill. So let's pick that up. Weapon strike deals 126 melee damage. That is really cool. So let's step up here, and we'll just use that skill. It doesn't cost us anything. It just takes it a couple turns to replenish. But see, I've hurt him, but I want to attack from behind or the side. I can't move all the way around there, so I'm going to move to the side here and then attack, and that gives me a small bonus. Now you see, if you look at my sword icon, when I hold it over him, it just looks like a normal sword, right? If I move around the side, see it has a sword plus a little kind of arrow thing on it. If you attack from the back, there's even more of those little arrows to kind of show you the bonus you're going to get. So that's one indicator that you're going to get a bonus by attacking from the side or something. All right, so that was a mana potion, but it's not something I'm going to need. I'm thinking I'm going to use one of my potions here. Get myself topped off. And this is the last room here. There's a pencil. So cool. All right, try to sneak in here and get this new. Shield Bash deals 79 melee damage and prevents using skills for 2 turns. That's huge because this is a caster guy. So I want to sneak in here, and when I fight him, I want to go up and I want to Shield Bash so he can't cast a spell. So all he has is his wand to hit me. And that's it. I leveled up and got the prison door key to unlock. Sweet. So open the door to free this guy. If I can click on it. There we go. Be free, my friend. Be free. Alright, and then loot the chest. Alright, legacy gems. I'll show you about legacy gems in a minute. And wow, that's a lot of gold and some armor. Alright, so let's head out. There's a piece of pizza. That's awesome. Alright, so this guy's waiting at the exit. Like, come on, open the door, open the door. So here we go. Alright, completed it. You get experience for completing the dungeon, and you get gold and experience, and then, you know, it tells you, so if you missed monsters or something like that. I know that I need a new weapon for that guy, right? Because the sword he has sucks. So I'm going to choose the weapon here as my reward, and it gives you a random one. And we'll look at it in just a second once we get back into the tavern. All right, so by completing that, I unlocked the second level dungeon. So pretty cool. But I'm going to head back to the tavern, and now I'm going to go check out his inventory. He got a bow, which isn't great for him, but... Ooh, look at that. Strength and endurance. That's what we want for him. See, so that put up his critical chance and his defense a little bit. And because I leveled, I have 5 points to distribute. So I think what I'm going to do is go 1 luck, 1 endurance, and 3 strength. I may switch that up later, but that just gave me better attack power. All right, so I want to repair my items. And then I want to quickly give this bow to my archer. Because she doesn't have a weapon yet, and that's pretty good. And when she tries the first dungeon, this may be better than the one it gives her. We'll see. I mean, it's a strength, and she obviously wants agility as the archer. But, you know, I got her something, so hey. All right, so I got some mana potion, which this guy's not going to be needing, and a heal potion. But now we set this guy free, and he's a trader. So I could purchase a sword, or even a hammer might be good. Let's look around here. I can buy armor and stuff. So you don't know what it is until after you buy it. So that's kind of a, you know, you're kind of risking buying it. Oh, food would be good. I'm going to buy some food. This food heals you as you take steps. Okay. Ooh. So gems are nice, but look at this right there. That's it's a blue. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I don't know what it's going to end up being, but it's a higher level item, a more rarity, higher rarity. So let's look and see what we got. Fingers crossed. A necklace, agility and endurance. Okay, it's better than what he had, which was nothing. So I'll put that on, but that might be one I give to the archer once I find a better one for him. But I got my food now. I've got some health potions. I want to show you that that gem I got. This legacy gem, used to forge legacy stats at a legacy forge. Okay, those are really special because what they do is I can go right here to this legacy forge. I don't know why it's just a pink button. And so this guy's selected, and I have these legacy gems, and I can spend 409 coins to give him an extra ability point that I can distribute however I want. Now, the thing that's really nice about these is it's an extra ability point, which is fantastic, but I get to keep that when I end the game and start a new one. So you can see he's already collected 7 in previous games I've had. This one's had 4, this one's had 15. I like the archer. So kind of cool, but I'm going to go ahead and give this to him. And, you know, I'm spending half my money, but it's going to give him an extra point. And this fee goes up. So if it was one of these guys, the fee is like nothing, and then it goes to like 55 gold and stuff. So the more you do it, the higher the fee is. So that's why his was as expensive as it was, because he had already had 7 points. Now I can go over to him and I can distribute his extra point that we just got. I'm going to go ahead and put it in luck. I should do strength. That would be the smart thing for me to do, but I'm not smart, so I'm going to do luck. All right. So I'm still wondering about a sword. I think I might buy one of these. Sometimes when you oh, who was I? Did I not just purchase that sword? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I was on the gem inventory. Sometimes this will end up going up a rarity. You never know, but let's try it out. Ah, see, that was no good for me. Same damage, but put my int up. So I'm just going to sell it back at a loss. What did I spend on it? Oh no, I spent 30 on it and I'm selling it back for 30. All right, well, that works. Maybe I'll try another one then, if I can always just sell it back. Let's try the hammer. Let's see here. So I spent 30 on that hammer. And still not better, but I can sell it back for 30. So, wow. I'm going to try that again. I'm wondering, see, there's daggers. That might be decent. This was the one-handed sword. So see the difference in this? It's thinner. This one, I'm wondering if this is actually a two-handed sword. I'm not sure about that, but the paladin uses a two-handed weapon. So that's why I'm thinking that's what it is. So why don't I try one of these daggers? And, oh, see, it went up in rarity, so it's green. And so even though it gives me int, which I don't need, it has higher durability and it gives me a chance at more damage. So I'm actually going to use that. And then I'm just going to sell this sword back. So I actually ended up even on money again. So the dagger's not perfect for him, but I'm going to do it anyway. So what I'm going to do is he made it to level 2, but I want to build up his cache of potions because it's the only way he can heal himself. So I'm actually going to go back out here and redo this first dungeon. So it'll be exactly the same. Now this first dungeon is the tutorial dungeon to kind of teach you the game. So it's always the same, except for this random event right here, which, you never know. All right, so 2 extra movement. Okay, not a big deal. Makes it a little bit quicker for me. But the way the dungeon, who I fight, and all that stuff will be exactly the same. So I already know I should have success in here. Okay. Now, the other dungeons, starting at level 2, they're procedurally generated. So that means you go in once, you fight through it, and then when you go in again, it's going to be a different dungeon. It's going to be a different shape, have different enemies, have a different task to complete to finish the dungeon. All right, so I won't use that shield. And that weapon, even though it gives strength, it doesn't do as much damage. But let's look over here at my damage, 13 to 15. And if I equip this sword, oh, it goes 14 to 15 because of the strength. I guess I'm going to use the sword. The nice thing about this is I spent 30 gold on this dagger, but because I got a random number generator was on my side and it rolled to a green item, I can sell it for 60. So I actually make 30 gold in that transaction. So I don't feel too bad about not actually using that dagger. All right, so let's go through and take on our first enemy. I just love the aesthetics. Just the styling here is so cool. All right, so last time I did okay, but I didn't have these awesome abilities. Step over here, and just to level it up, I hit that. So if you look here, you can see a progress bar next to level 1 there, the little yellow or orange, I guess. Every time you use a skill, it gains a little bit of progress. So that one, I knew he was going to die pretty easily, so that's why I went ahead and used Shield Bash. Even though it does less damage than a normal attack, I wanted to build that up because I figured I'd kill him anyway because he was so hurt. So I want to build these skills up as much as I can because they're both very useful in different situations. All right, so there's nothing here because I've collected that skill already, but I can come down here and fight this guy. So he is facing the barrel, I think. He's got to be facing the barrel because you don't see the little point. So I'm just going to step over here, use my big attack. Oh, it almost killed him, but now you can see the point. So he's facing me. So I'm going to step over here and I'm going to use my Shield Bash. And I gained my experience, but I gained experience for my skills there too. So that's cool. And every step I take refreshes these a little bit. So now they're ready to be used again. So now time to take on that wizard. And I started out with my Shield Bash. And see, he's facing that way. So I'm going to stand behind him here and use my Shield Bash. That killed him halfway. And I can, because I got the bonus of 2 extra steps for the roll, I can actually get it behind him now and use my big attack. And that's it. Pretty simple. But I gained those 5 health potions. I gained a few experience points. I got this new weapon. And now I get to loot this chest and get something out of it. And we'll see what it is. So even though it's the same dungeon again, I gained by going in here. It was good for me. Now how much I want to grind just in this level, I'm not sure. But yay, got some experience. All right. Still looking for a better weapon, but at the same time, I don't have any accessories. So this would be like armor. So, maybe a hat or something. This would be weapons. And then this can be gems, or it can be accessories like rings or an amulet. So I'll go for that one this time, because I know he only has the one amulet, I think. So he still needs a couple rings. So let's pop over to the tavern and see what we got. Here we go, come on. Oh, there's one of the bugs. There we go. I clicked and it wouldn't let me back in the tavern, so I just hit escape to exit and then go right back in, and he's here, because I was finished with that dungeon and it saved right after that. So, all right, so this would give me better armor, but it would lower my strength, so I don't want to do that. And here's a ring, plus agility ring, but that's it. I think I might give this to the archer now. And then let's sell this stuff. All right, I don't need the mana potion, so I'm going to sell that too. Yeah, I'm going to sell them both. All right, so I'm looking. Oh, there's a blue. That could be good. These are used to increase the skills. Green armor, and that could. Oh no, that's the one I just sold. Never mind. Oh, see, here's another sword I could try. Let's see. That's 30. So let's do it. Might as well try it now that I know that I'm gonna sell it back if it's not good. So not what I want. So let's sell it back. All right. I think that's going to be two-handed, so let's try this dagger now. This is a staff. He doesn't use a staff. And of course the bow, I think he could use the bow, but there's no real need. That'd be an archer thing. All right, I can just check here. No, I'm not going to use that. So I'll just sell that back. And pretty simple. All right, I'm tempted to pick up this armor thing there. You know what, I'll hold off for now. But quickly, skills. See, now these skills are here, and they have the locks on them because someone has them equipped. So if I drag that off, I no longer have that skill equipped, and now it's free, and any of the other classes can use them. Can drag them down and use them. So some skills are useful for multiple classes. And some aren't. But anyway, so you can see the experience these guys have gotten. 4 out of 20 and 4 out of 20. So I've used each of them 4 times, I think. But once he gets to 20, he's gained all the experience he can for that level. And in order for him to level up, I have to spend 3 of these gems, this gem type. So, and then I can upgrade, and then it'll go up, like it'll increase the damage it does or something like that. So that's definitely one thing I want to keep my eye on, is I want to keep these skills built up because I'll use them a lot. I don't use the magic-based skills when I play those characters as much, just because it takes mana, and then you have to use potions and stuff, or you can drink water to refill mana. While that's cool, and I like them, especially my mage, I like her. In fact, she might be like my 3rd person I start leveling up. But overall, I kind of like they use the skill, and then it just every turn it refreshes, and so it might take 4 turns before it comes back. But then they can use the skill again, so I'm not limited by my mana. So I really like that. But anyway, so that's the intro. We went through just a couple times, kind of built this guy up. He's almost level 3. He's pretty close, only 7 points from level 3. So I'm thinking the next time around I might take him into the 2nd level dungeon and fight in there a little bit. And then I'll probably at some point switch over to the archer and build her up. I'm not sure if I'll do that on a Let's Play or in between episodes. I haven't decided yet. But we have come to the end of our time. So if you enjoyed the episode, please click the like button. And if you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe button. Take care.